Hey gang, Steven Sitkowski here. Thought I would pop in, do a little market update, give you a little bit of commentary relative to what's going on, why the market, at least for now, is screaming up, what we should be looking for, looking at, and believe it or not, a couple of trade ideas, some trades that I put on. So let's talk a little bit about what happened with the election. And I have to do this without, showing a bias, being overly political. I'm just going to relate it to what I see happening in the market and the various comments that the analysts are making. So clearly the market got what it wanted. What did the market want? Well, the market likes a balance of power. So the market also likes, whether you like him or not, Trump's economic policies. And so even though it looks like Joe Biden will be the next president, some of you are happy about that. Some of you are upset about that. Some of you think the world's going to come to an end. And by the way, none of those things are going to happen. I remember having a conversation with somebody and they said, and they're a big Trump fan, what if Biden is elected? And I said, guess what's going to happen the next day? Sun's going to come up, market's going to open, I'm going to do my thing. I go, it's not like Donald Trump's been doing my job for me or doing my trades for me. I mean, life just goes on. I remember I was doing a talk for about 1,000 people and a radical thing happened. We actually elected a Black president. And somebody raised their hand during the Q&A and said, so now that Obama is president, how do you think things are going to be? And I looked at that person. I said, about like they've always been. I said, I've been through a lot of presidents and not a hell of a lot changes. We just adjust. But having said all of that, the marketplace does like Trump's economic policies. And by and large, those policies are going to stay in force. Why? Because Republicans held on to the Senate. So you might think that a president can come in and just start ordering things to happen. And that's not the way that it works. There are executive orders. It's called the power of the pen. But for most things, you need the approval of Congress. And what happened in the House of Representatives? So far, the Republicans have picked up 7 seats. What happened in the Senate? Republicans have maintained the majority. At least that is the forecast. And as a consequence, we didn't get the blue wave that everybody was anticipating. I'm not saying that's good or that that's bad. I know some people are happy about that or not. What I'm saying is it's going to be more of the same. That's what's going to happen. Probably no change in taxes, probably no change in capital gains treatment. They can start to go to work on a stimulus package. I mean, all those things. Clearly, the market is telling us, based on what's happened this week, we like the direction that things went. Now, Jay Powell, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, he is going to be speaking today. And basically, the market's going to be looking for him to let us know how he is going to accommodate the needs of the economy until we have a stimulus plan. And I think his comments will be fairly important, could be very important, could either propel the market to new highs or stall the market out. So there's that risk, but I don't think that there's a whole bunch of risk relative to the presidential election. I think it's pretty clear. Even though Trump is fighting, Biden will probably be, 95% probability. Will there be lawsuits filed? They've already been filed. What are the chances that those lawsuits are going to be successful? I don't know. What are the chances that some court is going to say the way that you've been handling ballots for the last 100 years is suddenly wrong? I just don't see it. It's not impossible, but I don't see it. So those are my thoughts. I think the market has said, hey, we like what's going on. Clearly, Now, does that mean it's going to just go straight up? It never goes straight up. It'll get to a point where people go, oh, this is just too frothy. But having said all of that, what do we got? Well, let me show you a couple of trade ideas. Now, again, the risk is Powell, and the risk is something bizarro happening relative to the presidential race. You know, maybe Trump saying, hey, I can flip Arizona. Not sure how he would do that, but I don't have the market cornered on all wisdom and knowledge. So there are some variables that are out there. So again, all these trades are with a November 20th expiration, you know, a couple of weeks away. But let me give you my list. First one is, let's pull up the chart, Thermo Fisher. And, you know, pretty strong. And so what I saw here was a level of support. Yeah, that's pretty short term at 480. So the trade that I put on, and these are all November 20th expirations, sold the 480. So it gives me about 34 points to the downside. I like that. It's about 7%. Bought the 470, got filled on it at 930. So maximum profit, 70 cents divided by 430, 16.2% in 2 weeks. I'll take it. If we look at the probability on that, let's see, 480, what is that delta? 81? 81% probability, 16% in 15 days. Not so bad. All right, here's the next one. This is for Anthem. Let's look at their chart. So this one's actually down a little bit today, but I saw decent level of support right there, 310. So did the 310, 307.50. Let's see what that delta is. 310. 73. So this one's a little more aggressive. Now this stock has pulled back since I've taken the trade. I got in at 210. So at 210, there's a 40%, 40 cent potential profit divided by 210, that's 19% for 2 weeks. A little more volatile. I did a straight call on GeneRack. Let me show you this chart. Is that beautiful? Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, I did a straight call on that. Stock's at 232, same expiration. I did a 200 and I got filled at 31. You're not going to get filled at 31 now. You might get filled at 33 because this is, you know, 200. We're in the money, $32.59. So you know you're not going to do better than that. Maybe at 33. But good news for me is that means in the last hour I've already made money on this. Okay. And here's another one. Now I haven't been filled on this one, but look at this chart on Tapestry. I mean, that's one, if you want to go in and just buy a call, I wouldn't blame you. I've got a 2221 on it. Let's see what we can do on a call, November. So I'd go deep in the money and I'd try to get this for very little time value. So let's see, if you did 13 bucks, it gets you 11.75. Yeah, you're going to pay about $1 for it. If you did like a $10 strike, be 15 bucks. So you're only paying a quarter. That's, if I were going to do a call, it's probably what I would do right there. So you're in the money, $14.75. You're paying 25 cents for the time value for 2 weeks. But what I did was a 2221, trying to get it filled at 90 cents. So, not a big return on that. And I can double check when I get done with you to see if in fact I may have already been filled. Not sure. Didn't happen instantly. So that's kind of where I'm at with things. Again, just wanted to communicate. Lots going on. Market seems to be really happy. Chairman Powell could change that. Lawsuits could change it. Flipping Arizona or not getting Nevada for Biden. I don't know that the markets would disapprove of that, but it would change the scenario. Biden still needs to win one of the last states. Nevada, it would give him 270 electoral votes. Pennsylvania, Georgia, any of those he wins, he's in. Trump sweeps them, Trump gets reelected. Likelihood of that doesn't seem good based on the numbers, but I don't know any more about that. I'm no better connected than any of you are. But we avoided what could have been a major shift in the market, and I'm grateful that that didn't happen. Those are my thoughts. File them, especially on the political side. File all that under for what it's worth, right? I don't claim to be politically any more savvy than the next person, but I like how the market's responding. Keep an eye on Jay Powell. Check out those trades if they're of interest to you. And I'll be seeing you with trade ideas coming up on Monday. Till then, God bless everybody.